Alright guys, I'm doing a full conversion on my G-Wagon. I'm changing this G55 into a full G63 conversion. This video is going to be on how to change the tail light. I'm pretty sure you guys have figured it out by now that there's not a lot of videos online. I've already changed the tail light on that side. All the lights are working. And I'm doing the same steps on this side, and I'll show you guys how the lights work afterwards. So the process starts right away. On the G-Wagons, on the older version at least, you have two Phillips screws right here. You're just going to want to take those out. And the one on the other side. That's it. And you just want to pull the light out toward yourself. Okay, and this is just the cover. Seal off, because I'm going to use this on the other tail light. It's not a direct fit, you're going to have to fight against it, but I'll show you how I put it on. The kit did not come with any seals, so I still want the seal around the thing, so I'm gonna make it work somehow. 4 more Phillips screws right here. This is just so you guys can get a better idea on which one is which. So this is your left turn signal, this is your DTR, daytime running light, and this is your brake light. Brake light wire is black with the red strip. Your DTR is it's a white with black strip, but it's a smaller one. And then your turn signal is also black with white strip, but it's a little thicker than that. And then brown is your, of course, ground. Don't get confused between these two black and white wires. I'm just gonna put tape around my turn signal, because when wiring it afterwards, I'll remember that the one with the tape is a turn signal. Okay, once you have that, you're gonna start taking your wires out. So it's just just pull it out like this. That's it. And then on these prongs, just pull them out like that. So the 4 screws we took off, they're already off. So just pull on it a little bit, and pull this out. And now there's a rubber grommet in the back. You can just pull that out and pull all the wires out. Okay, once your rubber grommet is off, you just pull all the wires out one by one, and now this piece, I can put that aside as well. So once the cover is off, be careful with these grommets right here, because you don't want to break them, and it's very common to break these. If you do break them, it's going to be a problem for you guys to put the cover back on, which I'm going to show you in a bit. We're here. Clean the area in the back, just because I have 2 resistors for each taillight, and they're going to get stuck to the back. So just clean this area back over here. And now, just so you know what the bracket in the back will look like. So all the wires, they get fed through this area, and then these two matches with this, and these two will match with this over here. So I'm just going to do that right now. Feed all the wires through. Okay. And then they pretty much just go on like this right here. I'm not going to put it on right now because I still have to run a lot more wires. So I'm just going to leave that aside. And now for the tail light, I'm going to make I'm probably going to write everything down on the screen for you guys, so it's a lot easier to follow. It took me forever to figure this out on the other side. It took me a couple of hours to figure this out, but I mean, I'm gonna mention everything by the color, so it's a lot easier for you guys to understand. This clip right here, you can forget about this. This clip right here, this connects to a resistor, which is for the signal lights. So what it does is that on these system, if you don't have those resistors, it's going to think that there's an overload of the power, and it's going to start flashing faster. So this resistor, which came with the kit, it's plug and play. Just connect this with a white piece over here. The other resistor, which can be a little more confusing, I'll explain that to you in a bit as well. This, we're not going to worry about this. And then you have a bunch of other wires over here. The white wire right here, this is for the reverse. This red wire over here is for the brake light. This gray wire over here is for your DRLs. your green wire over here is for fog lights, your black wire over here is for the ground, and then the yellow white, which is connected to this clip right here, is for your signals. So we'll clip the ones in that we can see right now that can easily be done. I'm going to start with the ground, very simple. It's brown on your side of the it's the ground on your side, and on the other side is the black wires. So just look for that, which is this right here. Yes, so the black wire is your ground on the tail light. Just pinch it. Your brake light from the harness, it's black wire with a red strip or red side. It's these two red lights, so or these two red wires. Just connect these. I mentioned before, the other two wires, they're both black with white strip or white with black strip, or whatever you want to call it. So like I mentioned before, the other two wires are the same color, and I put the tape on one of them, which was for the signal. I'm just going to take the tape off. And this is for the signal, and this one will get connected with your yellow lights or yellow wires right here. So just connect these two. Again, it was white and black that gets connected, because this is your DRL, and this gets connected to your gray wire on the tail light side. And again, guys, I'm probably just going to type it out on the video as well, so it'll be a lot more easy for you guys to follow. We'll test out the lights. Okay, put on ACC, brake. Okay, your left signal. Okay, your DRL, brake. Okay, let go. Yeah, I'm gonna get to these two other wires in a bit over here. Before that, just because I've got these two resistors, I'm just gonna quickly explain again. I took it off just because, like I said earlier, that I have to play around with the wires over here still. So this resistor right here with black and red wire, this is plug and play to your signal right here. It just plugs into it. There is a 3M in the back, so I'm just gonna take that off and I'm gonna stick it in there. The other resistor, the same thing. There's a 3M in the back, and stick it over there. Now this was very confusing, and I couldn't find this information anywhere, so I had to do a lot of research before I could figure out what exactly needs to happen. So this black wire is your ground, and the other three wires, you gotta tap them into three of the wires over here. So one of this wire gets tapped into your fog light, the second one gets tapped into your reverse light, which is this right here, and third one, it gets tapped into your daytime running light. And these wires that's coming out of the second resistor, just gonna start splicing the wires because I'm gonna need them eventually. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wire this up with the reverse light, which is the white light on your tail light. So I'm just gonna grab a cutter, just because I don't have the proper female terminals at the moment. And then I'm going to splice this up as well, and I'm just going to cut the green wire for now as well, which is for your fog lights. Honestly, I mean, this is just like very basic female terminal. If you guys have a male terminal, you can just put them on the other side of the wires, which I will show you in a bit, and you can plug it in over here. So since I don't have that at the moment, I'm just going to put them aside, and I'm going to splice these wires. It's very confusing at the moment, but I mean, I'll explain everything over I'll type everything out for you guys as well, so it's going to be a lot easier for you to understand which wire goes where. Anyways, so we're going to be running the wires, since I already completed the other side, and I ran the wires from the other side already. What happens is that just because on the G-Wagon's left side has a fog light on the bumper, and the right side has the reverse light, and they only it's only one that is working whichever gets triggered. So on the left side we have fog light, on the right side we have reverse light. I've already connected that on the other side. Because we want to connect the fog lights, and the tail light has a built-in fog light system and the reverse light. So because I want both of them to work together, so I'm running a wire from the other side to here, and I'm going to connect that with the fog light or with the reverse light, and doing the same thing that the fog light, which the wire is over here. And for this you can either take the bumper off. I'm taking the bumper off because I'm putting a G63 bumper on here anyways. But when you take this off, you just take these wires, you connect the brown with the negative. I'll do that in a bit over here as well, and the other wire gets connected to the green wire, and then you tap a secondary wire that goes from here and runs all the way to the other side. So I already made a cut over here so I can take the wires out. Okay, I'm just going to make a cut in the middle. I'm just going to get more access on the wires over here. These are the wires for your fog light. The brown is your ground, and then the yellow with the black strip is your pretty much giving power to it. So all you gotta do is just cut these, and cut this as well, and just slice it up. Same for the other one. Once you have these wires, what you're going to do is just make a little bit of cut on this end as well, because if you are running this wire over here, this is the wire for your license plate, light, so it just gets a lot of tension over here as well. So I'm just going to make a cut in the middle of the tape, expand it a bit so I can leave this hanging. Now this is for your fog, remember. So what you're going to do is you're just going to feed this wire. There's a hole underneath over here. This wire is through that hole. And I don't know if you guys can see or not, but that is the hole I'm talking about. There's a hole right there. It just comes from the bottom right here. And I'm just feeding all these wires through this hole. It keeps... Okay. Now I'm just going to bring these wires here. Alright, like I said initially, the brown wire is your ground, and then the black with the yellow strip is the actual fog light. So now you gotta connect this brown wire with the, you can do either brown wire here or black wire, whichever you want, because this is your ground. And the other one right here, which is your yellow with the black strip, that's connected with the green wire right here, which is your ground, which is your fog light. So now what I'm going to do is, and I don't have enough space over here as much as I had on the other side. So what I'm doing is I just cut a little piece of wire, and I'm just going to connect this like this with the yellow wire with the black strip on it, which is for your, again, fogs. Connect this up. And then run that, of course. You guys gotta remember that whatever wires you're running through, remember to run them through this trim piece, because you don't want to forget it and then take everything off afterwards. And then just connect this wire with the green wire here, which is again your fogs. Connect it up like that. The brown side, which is your ground. Again, I'm going to cut another piece. You just want to connect your brown wire, which again is the ground for your fog lights. Connect them up. And guys, I'm just cutting small pieces of random wire. This is not something that came with the kit or anything. Just so it's easier for me to get to splice them up and connect them easily, and that's why I'm using these. And this ground for this, I'm going to connect this with this ground right here, which was connected to the black wire. So I'm just gonna splice it up in the middle over here. Now just connect this with this right here. So the wiring is now done for that. We still have to run the wire for the ground to the other side. Like I said before, that I've already ran the wire through from the other side, so I'm just going to grab that wire. This wire that I already ran through from the other side is for the fogs, and same thing again, just going to run it from the underneath. Like this, run it behind this, and this is going to get connected with a green wire over here. So splice it up. Okay, so now this is all connected. Now we're going to be working on the white one. I already ran the wire through. If you guys remember, white one is for the reverse light, and we have the reverse light on the other side, so the ground is already connected on the other side. The main reverse light is also connected on the other side, but just because we want the reverse to work on this one as well, I'm just going to grab the other wire, which I have already ran through as well. Again, run from the bottom, from the same hole, like this, and I'm just going to splice this up as well. I'm going to run this behind the plastic piece and then connect it with this white wire. I think I have all the wires connected over here. This, I guess I can just put that in right now because we're almost done. Well, I'll just put that in afterwards. Now for your second resistor that was up there, 3 red wires, 1 black wire. Your black wire is your ground. So run that behind this plastic piece, bring that underneath. I'm just gonna bring all the wires in right now. Bring all the wires in. So this is your ground, the black one, which if you guys see over here, this gets connected. Well, like I mentioned in the start of the video, our brown wire from the harness of the car is our ground, and it's connected to the black one for the tail light, so that's ground. So we're just gonna connect this to this. Make sure it's tight. Other 3 wires, 1 resistors. Now, as I already mentioned this before, one is for your DRL, one is for your, it doesn't matter which one is which. One is for your DRL, one is for your reverse light, and one is for your fogs. So I'm just gonna grab 1 wire, reverse light over here, so I'm just going to connect it to my reverse light first. Your second wire coming out of the resistor, that's going to get connected with your fog light. And now for your last one, which is for your DRL, and this is your DRL one. I mean, if you've already taken the tape off, just remember that your black and white DRL light is the white wire or the gray wire actually on the tail light side. So that's why I know that this is the DRL. So I'm just going to make a cut in the middle over here. Connect this wire with my DRL light. And now your last wire, which is this right here from the first resistor, and you just connect it like this. Okay, that's it, and now everything is connected. Now all I'm going to do is I'm pretty much just going to tape everything up. I'm going to tape everything up just because I don't want the wires touching each other, and I'm going to test it out before I install this inside. This is not going to be an exact fit, but just because all the wires are going to be in there and I don't want any gaps over here. So I'm just going to try to get this on somehow. The thing is already on, so what you do is just grab your tail light, run this through to the middle, and do the same thing on the other one as well, like that. Bring it around. This piece that is extended a bit is going to be on the inner side. So this piece is going to be on the inner side, same thing on the other side as well. And now on the grooves inside, or the blank space inside, you just want to put this plastic trim inside over here and run it through. This is not the exact size, so you're going to have to stretch it a bit. That around. It's not going to be flush over here because on the original seal there is a bit of a piece that's popping out, so it's always going to curve up like that on the end over here. Hold on. I'm just going to put the screws back in. Now I just push the wires inside, like that. And now the way you put these on is, so these two circles, they go inside over here in the clips. You pull it upwards and then to the right. And you just put the light inside like this, and then upwards, and then you bring the light inside. Okay, your light is installed. So this is what it looks like for the right side. G-Wagons have on the right side of the bumper they have reverse light, and on the left side of the bumper they have fog lights. So what you're gonna do is, for the fog light, which is on the left side, you're gonna run the wire all the way from the left side all the way to the right side, bring it in from this hole, and then you're gonna connect it over here, which is your green light for the fog. For the white light, white wire, which is your reverse light, G-Wagons have the reverse light on the right side of the bumper. So the wire is just right here, and it has one ground and one wire for the power. Ground, you can connect that to any of your negative terminals or your body or your chassis or whatever, and the other wire, just tap that into this wire right here. And then there's another piece, you tap a third wire that goes out of here, and then you just route the whole thing from this side to the other side and connect that into the white wire of the left tail light. Okay, turn it on. So this is your brakes. Now your left signal, your right signal, reverse, and now your DRLs, brakes, okay, your fogs. Okay, that's it. All your lights are now working.